Hello, it's Lucas here, and I've got another mock showcase for you. This is my custom Minifig scale LEGO E2 tank engine. Now, I want to preface this with saying that this is built off of someone else's design that I found on Bricklink, so it's not entirely my own, although many of the elements in here have changed drastically from that original version. But unfortunately, I don't know if that guy's still on Bricklink because when I searched up his profile, it never showed up. So if you can find it, then I would certainly love to credit him for his design. Now, let's get into it. This is a American version of the E2. That's why it has the cow catchers on the front. And I will be adding a bell. I don't know where I'm going to put the bell. That's why there isn't one yet. I'm thinking of putting it where it was on the Flying Scotsman when it came to America over here, but I'm also more inclined to put it up here like I would usually put it for any normal American steam engine. And this engine is also not an original E2. This was built after the E2s, built off of schematics of E2s, not of the actual E2, because unfortunately, all E2s have been scrapped. It's got this nice red, white, and black livery, which I'm aware this would definitely not be white, but they do a lot of cleaning work every day. We'll just say that. Now, we'll start at the front, of course, with, once again, those nice cow catchers. This is just to clear stuff out of the track, clear people too. They are standard, or well, they're required on steam engines. They're really required on American trains in general. So that is why they're, of course, here. There aren't any on the back because I don't know if it's required to have them on the back. But if it is, tell me in the comments. I'd love to change it. If I have the parts to change it, of course. But there's one lamp just in the middle here with the pump irons on either side. And, of course, a hose. That's part of the train. I don't know what it does. I think it's for the coupling. But I'm not sure. Also, I don't have the couplers on here. I'll go grab those real quick. All right, I've got the couplers now on it now. These are supposed to represent standardized American coupling systems that obviously weren't on the original E2s, as they used to have hooks and chains, which were a lot different than the modern systems of the knuckle coupler. But anyway, let's continue on. We've got this nice smoke box door, which has a little tiny 4 on it to signify that this is the 4th E2 in my train fleet. There are only 4 E2s, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so this is the last and 4th one. You can see further back, these are the air brakes. They've got this nice, simple little design. This was all me. Yeah, I think this is pretty nice. Pretty simple, pretty nice. That's about it. There is a ladder up here. It should be more like over here, I believe. But unfortunately, these rods just get in the way, so I can't really put it there. But just so you know, it's supposed to be up here. And I'm aware that it's supposed to be up here, but I can't really do anything about it. There's probably a way you could do it, but as of right now, the coupling rods are too long. And unless they make a lift arm that's this long, I'm probably not going to be able to put the ladders there. Down here, you can also see there are holes in the bottom of the train, which is pretty interesting. So you can see straight through that. Anyway, moving further on, you've got these lovely tanks. Now, of course, this one isn't the one with the extended tanks. This is just the basic E2 with the normal tanks. And then we've got some details on the tanks. I don't know what these are. You can tell me in the comments what these are. And then these are to fill up the tank with water. Up here, you've got a dome. And then back here, you've got another dome. I don't know which one's which. I don't know what each one is specifically. Once again, you can tell me. I don't know that much about E2s. I just know that I like the design, even though they were flawed. This version was built with all the flaws in mind, meaning all the flaws were fixed, of course. And then here is the whistle. You can see on the top of the cab. Oh, great. This funnel keeps falling off. It's a great design, but it keeps falling off with one of those saucer elements on top. Now we can move further back. Actually, I'll show off these first. These are the railings, or whatever you want to call them. And you can see they are built with minifigure hands. And it is an illegal building technique in some resorts, but I think it's fine. You can see it does push these parts apart. Push these parts apart. It doesn't push the parts away from each other, but you know, I'm still going to use it. I don't care that much. Some people care a little too much. But then you can see there's another ladder down here with some handlebars, which bring you up into the cabin. Before we get into the cab, we'll go to the back. You can see the coal bunker with this nice graded look. And it also has these custom stickers here on the sides to remove the black from the side of the bracket. That's just to make sure it's a nice, clean look. You don't see black in between your red coal bunker. Anyway, you can see also, it's just very good colors. I love the way it all came together. But yeah, you can see there's a nice, generous leap of coal on the top. A little fore right here. A lamp, which is the same as the lamp on the front, meaning if you wanted to, you could easily move this lamp from here all the way up to here. So you can see that, pretty nice. Another hose in the back. Of course, this all used to have buffers and chain couplers back when I first built it, but then I adapted it for the American style of train, the American standard of train, that is. Now it's time to get into the cab. To get into the cab, you can use the you can usually just take the roof off. Okay, well, I'm trying to take the tiles off, but you can usually take the roof off, and then to access the inside, you just pull this back off, like even more. Like if you want to get full access, you usually don't need this much access. You can usually just stick them in from above, but this is so you can see better. Like you can see the plank of wood, which you would sit on, or just like a little seat. And then there's some coal back here for, of course, the fireman. And then up here, there is the everything in the cab. I'm not very good at train cabs, as you can probably tell, because this is all a bunch of random details. But hopefully you can kind of see the idea of it. This is probably the throttle. I don't know. It all just looks interesting. It all looks nice. There's a little firebox door there, a fire gauge, a pressure gauge, and then there's water and all these extra controls, which I won't talk about the controls in this video because it's not something you need to know about until much later. But regardless, I'll put these tiles back on. We can see it all together. I did lose one of the roof pieces, so I have to find that for the thumbnail. But, oh my gosh, I just threw that roof. All right, let's see. So we put it back on. And you can see this nice big design. It's lovely. It's minifig scale, which is 1 stud equals 1 foot. That's the scale I use because it always feels like it looks right. And I'll even put these minifigures in the cab right here. This guy doesn't want to go in all the way. This used to have cab doors, but I got rid of them just so I can easily do this. I guess that works. And then the fireman is right here, but you're not going to be able to see him anyway. But he'll be on the other side just so you know he's there. Wait, you can see him sticking out a little bit over there. But there it is. The first video of December. Well, actually, second video of December if you haven't seen my advent calendar short. It's doing well already, so I'll hopefully be doing that every single day, although this one was very late. But here it is, fully too. It's a lovely design, and the next video I'm going to upload, aside from, of course, the advent calendar shorts, is probably not going to be a train video because I do want to space those out a little bit. It's going to be about a custom mock that I have, something completely unrelated. Well, not completely unrelated to this, but unrelated to trains. It's a modular building. It'll be nice. It'll be December 15th, of course, because that's my schedule, the 1st and the 15th of every month. And I hope you enjoyed this mock. I really love this. I hope maybe in the future I can figure out who actually made this mock originally. Well, at least made the basis that I worked off of. You can see what stuff I changed on the brick link. If I link, I'll link it down in the description. But you can see what stuff I changed when you look at the instructions, because you can see 90% of this down here is the same, and then everything on top is pretty much changed. The running board I think is pretty much the same too, although I think I rearranged a few things. It's also an out-of-date version. It's not fully up-to-date. I have made an up-to-date version of this on Bricklink Studio, but I never published that yet, or I haven't published that yet. So maybe I'll do that in the future. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.